Boys and girls, it is our very last week of distance learning. Yes, so your last full week of second grade. You guys have rocked it. This week, our book is a nonfiction book. And we know a nonfiction book means that it is true, it is full of facts. Like when we read about Abraham Lincoln and when we read about Martin Luther King Jr. and those people, those were nonfiction books. This is a nonfiction book about sharks. I know a couple of you are probably just so excited because you love animals and especially sharks. It is a National Geographic kids book and is written by Anne Schreiber. So if you get ready to take an AR test on it, you got to make sure it has Anne Schreiber as the author because there are lots of books about sharks. But we're going to be reading this book about sharks and we're going to be talking about special text features that we find in nonfiction books that we do not find in fiction books. So some things that we will see in here that we do not see in regular fiction books like we've been reading. Like the first thing is here is a table of contents. Nonfiction books have table of contents. They will tell you what the contents or what is in the book, information that's in the book. So these have interesting titles. Sometimes they do, sometimes they just tell you straight what it is. So if you want to read about a shark attacking somebody, I would go to page 28 to 29. If you want to read about sharks when they're babies, shark pups, I go to pages 8 through 11. So a table of contents is a text feature that is in a nonfiction book. Okay, so we're going to turn the first page. It says, Chomp! What is quick? What is quiet? What has 5 rows of teeth? What glides through the water? Chomp! It's a shark! Sharks live in all of Earth's oceans. They have all been here for a very long time. Sharks were even here before dinosaurs. And so on this page, we have this right here. This is a caption that tells us what this is. We know this is a shark, but it is an oceanic white-tip shark. So captions tell us what the pictures are showing us. This is called a photograph, which we know is a picture. In a lot of fiction books, or a lot of nonfiction books, you'll see actual pictures. Okay, so we turn the next page. It says shark pups. So we know we're going to read about sharks when they're babies. Shark babies are called pups. Some pups grow inside their mothers and they are born live, like we are, like mammals are. Other pups hatch from eggs. So just because they're sharks doesn't mean that they have one or the other. They might have live babies. They might have babies that hatch from eggs. This is called a lemon shark. We know this because we look here at this caption, lemon shark. A lemon shark pups grow inside their mothers. The lemon shark mother goes to shallow water to give birth. The pups stay near the shallow water until they are grown. And this is a lemon shark pup here by its mother. And then you have these two little fish here, and this caption says these fish are called remoras. They hang around sharks and eat their leftovers. So they're kind of like garbage cans. Okay, so these are text features. Up here actually has a question. What do you call a shark baby from the Arctic? And the answer is a pupsicle. So these are kind of like jokes that they have in this one. Okay, this says, still talking about shark pups, swell shark pups hatch from eggs. The mother sharks lay the eggs in hard cases. People call this case a mermaid's purse. So this is what this is. This, if you ever see something like that, that is a shark case. That a baby shark is it's laid in that. So it's kind of like its shell, but it's called a mermaid's purse. And swell shark mothers lay up to 5 egg cases at a time. In 9 months, the swell shark pups will be born. This is a swell shark pup coming out of its shell, egg case. Okay, so that's really interesting because it's not like a normal egg like we would look at. And we know what those are. So this is called a mermaid's purse. There it is. Okay, next one says pups grow up. So we know on this page we're going to read about when pups get older. Okay, when shark pups grow up, they are awesome predators. They have many ways to sense their prey. Did you know a shark can smell blood from miles away? It can smell 1 drop of blood in 25 million drops of water in the ocean. Okay, this shark is called a nurse shark. And over here, it says word bites. So these, if you see these in some text, sometimes it will give you definitions. So this is predators are animals that eat other animals, and prey are animals that are eaten by other animals. Okay, so that helps us to know what is telling us up here, because they're talking about their good sense of smell, especially being able to smell blood, helps them to find their prey. Sharks can eat better than humans, can see better than humans can. Even in dark, deep water, a shark can see its prey. Sharks often take a test bite of their prey before eating them. Their taste buds tell them if the prey is fat enough to eat, so it'll take a little nip of it. If the taste buds don't say it's not fat enough to eat, it just won't eat that. So it might take a little nip of something, but imagine a little nip of something being taken with shark teeth. Still could kill something. This is a great white shark. That's what it is. It's eating that fish. Looks like another kind of fish right there. Up here it says, what is Great White's favorite candy? And the answer is a jawbreaker. Okay, this one says what big teeth we have. So we know this is going to give us information about the teeth on a shark. Sharks have many rows of teeth. They are always losing some teeth. Imagine what kind of tooth fairy the shark has. They are always growing new teeth in. A shark uses up more than 10,000 teeth in its life. Imagine how much money you would get if you lost that many teeth, because they have rows and rows of teeth, and when one falls out, another one grows in. For us, when your baby teeth fall out, your permanent teeth come in, but if they fall out, you got to get a fake one because it doesn't grow back out. This is a sand tiger shark. That's what this caption says. Okay. Different sharks have different kind of teeth. Their teeth are perfect for what they eat. This is an adaptation that God gave them. He gave them the kind of teeth they needed for what they eat. Long, spiky teeth are for catching. Flat teeth are for grinding their food up. And serrated teeth are for ripping. So if you've ever seen a serrated knife, it's like a saw blade, and it cuts into things. So it's in order to rip apart its prey. So down here it says serrated. When something is serrated, it has a jagged edge like a saw blade. Wow, prehistoric sharks had really big teeth, up to 6 inches. Look, this is one big giant shark's tooth. It's a megalodon's tooth. The megalodon is a prehistoric shark. Scientists made a life-size model of the megalodon's jaw and put in the teeth that they have found. You can just imagine how big the shark must have been. Now, they're just guessing by what they saw and by the teeth that they have found. But none of us have ever actually seen a megalodon, except in the movie. So prehistoric is a word. It says prehistoric is a time before people wrote things down. It's pre, because we know pre means before. Before history was written down. Extinct means that plants and animals that are no longer alive on the earth. Okay, next comes to imagine this. Okay, a giant shark is gliding through the water. A swimmer is nearby. The shark gets closer. It is huge. It opens its giant mouth and sucks in a big mouthful of water. The swimmer is fine. The shark is a whale shark, and whale sharks are the biggest sharks, but they have tiny little teeth. And so they only eat tiny little animals called plankton. Okay, so this is a whale shark. This is its size compared to a person. This is a full-grown person over here. It's huge, but you don't have to be worried about it because people are not its prey. It just has small teeth, so it has to eat small things like plankton. Okay, this is going to tell us about blue ribbon sharks. Now, this is just people's opinion about what they think about these kind of sharks, but it says there are 375 different types of sharks. That is a fact. But now they have given first place to different ones. Now, is that a fact or is that opinion? That's an opinion, unless it's about their size. Weirdest, the hammerhead shark. They say that the hammerhead shark is the weirdest shark. You may not agree, but you might. A hammerhead shark has a head shaped like a giant hammer. Its wide head is great for hunting. This is the smallest shark. It is a fact. This is the smallest shark. The spined pygmy shark is about 8 inches long. It has a glow-in-the-dark belly. So 8 inches is about this long. It has a glow-in-the-dark belly on it. It is tiny. Then they say the creepiest is the great white shark. We probably might think that because that's the one we hear about the most that might have attacked people. When a great white bites its prey, its eyes roll back into its head, and that helps to protect its eyes. So it takes a bite and its eyes roll back in its head. The fastest shark is the mako. It is the fastest shark. It can swim up to 20 miles per hour. Makos leap clear out of the water to catch their prey. So the fastest and the smallest are facts. The creepiest and the weirdest are opinions because that's just what people think. Here's another joke up here. How did the hammerhead do on his test? He nailed it. You get it because it's a hammer and a nail? Okay, next page. Now you see them. Some sharks glow in the dark. Do you see something shiny in the water? Watch out. The tiny lantern shark is covered with a glow-in-the-dark slime. So this is the lantern shark. The lantern shark is a deep-sea shark. Many deep-sea animals glow. Scientists think glowing might help the predators to attract prey. So it glows in the dark, and they think maybe it draws the prey to them. Pretty cool looking. He says, now you see them, now you don't. Most sharks are hard to see. They have a dark back, so from when you're looking above, they blend in with the water. Okay, their back is black, so if you're in a boat and you're looking down, you can't see them because they're blending with the water. But they have a white belly, so from below, they blend in with the sky. So if they're sitting there, if you're down below them and you look up, all you see is their white belly. Some sharks have special ways to hide, so they're like camouflaged. Wobegongs have colors like the sea floor. Their mouths have parts that look like seaweed. Fish swim in, but they can't swim out. So if you look here, you say, oh, that is so pretty, so colorful. But if you look really closely, see if you can find the wobegong shark. Here he is right here. This is one of his fins here. This is his tail. Here's some other fins here. He goes around here. This is his mouth that looks like seaweed. Okay, he's camouflaged. That was the adaptation that God gave it. Shark attack. So we're going to read on these pages about an actual shark attack because sharks have attacked before. One day, Bethany Hamilton went surfing. This is actually Bethany Hamilton. Suddenly, a tiger shark attacked her. It tugged her as she held onto her surfboard. It took a big bite out of her surfboard. It also took Bethany's left arm. This is her actual surfboard with the bite taken out of it. And this is actually her. And if you notice here, she doesn't have an arm. After the attack, Bethany wanted to keep surfing. Okay, so she was attacked. She lost her arm, but she lived. And she wanted to say, I'm not afraid. So she went back. She was not afraid to go back in the water. She knows that shark attacks are rare. They're very rare, but they do happen. Bethany says one thing hasn't changed, and that's how I feel when I'm riding a wave. She loved surfing so much that she got back out there. She did not let that defeat her. Okay? People attack. So we have shark attack over here, and now we have people attack. Shark attacks are scary and terrible. Sharks can be a danger to people, but people are a bigger danger to sharks. Millions of sharks die in nets set to catch other fish. Others are killed on purpose. So sometimes they get caught in those big nets that are under the boats to help catch a fish, and they might die that way. Sometimes they're actually hunted. Many types of sharks may become extinct. Sharks have been on Earth for many, many years. Sharks and people need to learn to share the sea. This one's called a gray reef shark. Okay, so their biggest threat comes from us, people. Okay, so this is the back of it, and this is called the glossary. If you see a glossary in a book, in a nonfiction book, it's just going to tell you words that you might need to know the definition of. So it had cartilage, had extinct, it had predator, prey, prehistoric, serrated. You know, when it says cartilage, it makes me think maybe I skipped a page. Because This was the page I skipped. That's what I was thinking. Because here it talks about cartilage. It says cartilage is a light, strong, and rubbery. The tip of your nose is cartilage. Feel the tip of your nose and see how soft it is. It is not a bone. The tip of your nose is made out of cartilage. That's what sharks are made out of. A shark is a fish, but a shark is not like other fish. They do not have bones. They have soft cartilage instead. Cartilage helps sharks twist and turn, and it helps sharks move and bend. Okay? Their skin feels bumpy and rough. It's hard like sandpaper. That protects the sharks and helps them to swim faster. Their tail fins are larger on top than they are down here. That helps them to move through the water better. And it says if a shark loses a tooth, a new one moves forward to take its place. So we talked about this. This is a hammerhead shark, one that they said was so weird. So I was glad I read the glossary because I realized I skipped a page. Okay, because that gave you important information. So whenever you are reading a nonfiction book, you need to look at different parts of it. So this week we're going to be talking about different parts of nonfiction books and some other things that we're going to be doing. Love you guys. Have a great day.